Shubor nakaslem jong Nongsan Hima.
Ki Nongtrei jong ki Skul ban college deficit Meghalaya, kilami shakmat ban Pyrshah jur ya Meghalaya non-government schools and college employees centralized fund scheme arajar arpunriu, dak bepin pau baki kentat ya ga scheme. Habakran shikilat patai kubor hashilong press club, President ka Meghalaya College Teacher Association MCTA, uba Boswell Pala, ulaong ya baro ki teaching but non-teaching staff bagentup ru ikbala shong that, klam ya mir jimut lang batki hashwa ban minjur ya ga scheme. Uba Boswell ulaong baka scheme arajar arpunriu ka ya pherbha na jingtmu bal minjur lang, balapin kre usnam arajar arpulai, kabade shibenta brangdon hapo yung bishar. Wat hapdeng ke jing Pyrshah jongki ke sorkar kalaya chakmat ban Pyntreikam hadian ke jing penbena jong menteri rangba ke jela ukan rat ke sangma hak sedang jong di ubnai. Uba Boswell ulakdo beki Nongtrei belatung shwa ubnai yayong arhajar shipho ki hap hapo ke contributory provident fund kat bai ke belatung kam hadian ki hap hapo ke national pension system ulakno bakani ke scheme thamai ke penyesok lang ya baro ki kerdan ke bapenmi ya ke jing kulmar. Ulapan pauru ke jing sngokya halor ke jing betha bagi Nongtrei ki diban play ki permanent retirement account number dak baong balapan Pyntreikam ya kani ke scheme kat ba kani ka kam kadang don ha ying bishar.
As representatives of teaching and non-teaching staff of various deficit granted aid institutions of the state of Meghalaya, we are the stakeholders in the various steps that the government takes with regard to education and the staff involved in deficit schools and colleges. You are aware that on the 1st of April 2026 this year, some 3 weeks back, the Honorable Chief Minister announced that the Meghalaya non-government schools and colleges employees centralized fund scheme 2026 was approved by the cabinet. As per this scheme of 2026, the Chief Minister said that the employees of non-government schools and colleges will be able to avail the benefits of the Provident Fund in a structured and secure manner. Implied in the Provident Fund, as per the Meghalaya Non-Government School and Colleges Employees Centralized Provident Fund Scheme Act of 1969, we understand that the deficit staff, both teaching and non-teaching, are to get a pension scheme. We welcome a pension scheme that is extended to us as per the Act and the law. And in recognition of our contribution to society, especially in shaping young minds, the students, we appreciate also the government's recognition of our service and its commitment towards the education sector, especially us, the educators. However, as the main stakeholders, the teaching and non-teaching staff in deficit grant and aid institutions all across Meghalaya, schools and colleges, we are deeply concerned with this announcement of the Chief Minister on the 1st of April. The pension scheme that was announced on that day, the pension scheme of 2026, and it was notified by the Education Department of the government of Meghalaya, was put up in the internet and views were stored on it sometime in January, February of this year. We, the members of the various associations and stakeholders, after discussing threadbare the set pension scheme of 2026 that was circulated on this public platform, we had unanimously rejected the same scheme of 2026, and we have also sent our objections and rejections to the Education Department. Further, despite our unanimous rejections submitted to the government through our different associations as stakeholders, the government has sadly gone ahead with the process of implementation of the rejected scheme, the scheme of 2026. As per the government's intent of forcefully implementing the pension scheme of 2026, contrary to the matter being sub judice in court, the Education Department, through a letter, has issued a notification recently instructing and directing stakeholders, the members of the teaching and non-teaching staff in schools and colleges, both retired and currently serving, to open our individual PRAN accounts, PRAN, Permanent Retired Account Number. Here, may I inform the members through you, our friends in the press, and we would like to place on record that an earlier draft pension scheme of 2023 had been circulated, and it was thoroughly discussed, and it was mutually agreed upon and approved also by the government and the stakeholders as per the record of the court. There are many orders of the court that pertain to this. This pension scheme of 2023 is not the same as the recently announced notified scheme of 2026. It is completely different. Secondly, may I state that we, the stakeholders, those appointed before April 2010, have in all good faith and intention signed our consent, and accordingly we have transferred our provident funds as per the government's instruction to the Central Provident Fund account in SBI Nongtrei branch. We expected during that transfer a just retirement benefit, which is mandated by the Act, again the Act of 1969. This retirement benefit would be in the form of the draft pension scheme of 2023. Important to note here that our members of the teaching and non-teaching staff in Meghalaya have been divided into two categories by the court, also by the government, acknowledged by the government. Teachers who were appointed before April 2010 would come under the CPF scheme under the Meghalaya Provident Fund Act of 1969, and those who were appointed from April 2010 onwards would come under the NPS. In fact, the office memorandum through a notification was sent to schools and colleges to implement this NPS sometime in 2024. Happened. So we express our disappointment with regard to this clubbing of all stakeholders under the same umbrella, under this recently announced notified scheme of 2026. So in light of the above, of these points that I've just discussed, we reiterate our complete faith in the judicial process, in the High Court. As I said earlier, the matter is sub judice, and we remain hopeful that as per the Act and the law and the notifications that were served earlier, justice will be delivered. We urge also the government to act in consonance with established legal provisions and in the best interest of teachers and the non-teaching staff as well, particularly the retired members of the deficit staff who are currently facing financial hardship, instability after years of dedicated service due to the delay in the implementation of this Act of 1969 related to that pension scheme of 2023. Thank you. We are representatives of different grant and aid institutions, deficit grant and aid institutions. I personally, am the president of KGDSDA, and then we have our members from GHDSDA and MCTA and MNCTA. So we are the basic.
The names, otherwise.
The names.
Kerteng Junghi.
The names of us four. Okay. I am Boswell Pala, president of KGDSDA, representing the.
Basically, on which point? On the delay or on some points that you don't agree with?
Okay. So, Pyrshah will speak.
See, madam, actually, the matter of this CPF term pension scheme was first made in 2017 in the Meghalaya High Court, where we got positive results. The High Court in the double bench, they have asked government to comply with 9 directions. 9 directions, and then after giving those 9 directions, those are all positive directions towards us. After that, 2018, when the judgment came, the government, Meghalaya government, went to the Supreme Court. So when it went to the Supreme Court, there were 9 directions which were being delivered upon. Out of that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These directions were squashed. These directions were squashed because they were not related to MPF Act. So they are being squashed. But 1, 2, 3 and 9, these 4 directions being kept. So all the deficits, college, schools and all, we are all representative of almost all Meghalaya. That Meghalaya is giving us CPF. It was mentioned in a judgment where Anthony's versus Provident Fund Commissioner versus State, where State has mentioned that all these deficit school and college comes under the CPF Act, which they are following scrupulously. That's in the judgment, it is written there. So then when it went to the Supreme Court, then we were made to aware that which actually, since the Meghalaya is carved out of Assam, so all the Assam rules were being followed. So even the Provident Fund Act was also, we are quoting that Assam Provident Fund Act. But suddenly in the Supreme Court, the Meghalaya Provident Fund came into existence. That was not given neither in the High Court before, or not in even the St. Anthony's case also. That was not provided. It was provided in the Supreme Court. When we went through that Meghalaya Provident Fund Act, we saw that this act has not been implemented right from 1972 when Meghalaya came into existence. All these 50 years, the act was maintained on a just executive orders. Just executive orders that the CPS was going on. When the act was not acted upon, we raised this question in the Supreme Court. Then Supreme Court asked the state that to what extent this Meghalaya Provident Fund Act has been implemented, and then they remanded back to High Court. Okay. So when it came to the High Court, from the High Court we got the privilege to file an edited affidavit that was given from the High Court, the order edited affidavit. So we filed again the edited affidavit asking for all the benefits comes under the CPF. So then government started acting on this act in 2023. The teachers retired from these 40, 50 years, 4 decades, we found that they were all being victimized of this wrong implementation of CPA. So from there onwards, from 2023 onwards, government has made Board of Trustee, which was the need of the MPF Act. In short, I can say that MPF Act. Then they went on to make a centralized provident fund, which was also a need of the Act. And then whatever from this consolidated provident fund, whatever the benefit has to be generated, it has to be generated from that in the form of a retirement and retirement benefits after investing this amount which has been collected. So there is a proper investment rules and regulation is there in the MPF Act. So centralized provident fund investment investment has to go through a Government of India norms, is there already there, and then from there the interest, whatever money is there, and then grants and aid also being there in the Act, which government has to provide for pension. So for this Government of Meghalaya has took out two notification on May 2023. One notification which was separated from the High Court previous, and then Supreme Court also has not squashed that one, that the employees who joined after 1/4/2010 should be benefited with NPS, proper NPS, not NPS made arbitrarily. It has to be a proper NPS which follows Government of India norms. Second, 1/4/2010 previously should be under CPF Act. Should be under CPF Act. Even now, Centralized Provident Fund has been created. Only those employees, those who have joined before 2010, the money has been transferred. But those who have joined after 1/4/2000, money has not been transferred. It is still there remaining in the savings bank accounts in various banks. So the transfer, after making Centralized Provident Fund, the transfer order came from it's around October 2024. Teachers, those money got stuck, they have retired till 26, they are not able to get a single penny from there. And they are facing lot of hardship, we are getting lot of calls, and there are some teachers, they are near and dear, they died also. Or they are being hospitalized, they are not able to use that money. So all these 23, 24 that we all got favorable court orders to notify the scheme which the organization and CTA, since they are in the court, along with the government, because the scheme has been proposed by the government only, both have agreed to that scheme. Both have agreed to that scheme, and court has taken note into it. And court was asking the government to notify the scheme. How much money is there in our CPF? What interest they are giving? Nothing. Everything is in a dark. So we are having faith in our judicial system. We have full support, and we are the law-abiding citizens. So we go by law. Whatever is justified, we should get it. That is why request from the government. That's all.
Team, press, people from the media, and we appreciate, we acknowledge your commitment to your service. The fact that you're here, it's very well understood, because the members on the dais, they had already spoken and threadbare about what the situation is all about. Well, I believe that as a retired teacher, I would also like to make you aware about the position that we are in. You know, the recent development is such that, you know, to our utter shock and dismay, the recent announcement of the pension scheme of 2026, you know, it has thrown everything into a traumatizing situation for each one of us. Because the reason is, we agreed to the mutually approved scheme, the pension draft scheme of 2023. We consented, and that is why our accumulated CPF entire amount has been transferred to the newly created fund. But since 2024, the money is lying dormant. I do not know, and we do not know, what is happening to that money. Well, the recent development is something that we strongly condemn. Condemned because it is a very inhuman action on the part of the government. You know, we in the retired teachers, we believe, we are of the opinion that this scheme, you know, was something that they're trying to circumvent the law. The matter that is more concerning is that the state government total disregard to the legal process. When the matter is sub judice, as you have heard, when we expect that the state government, who should lead from the front as law-abiding, they should have respected it. Now, the fact that this scheme of 2026 has been announced by our Honorable Chief Minister, I am again in shock. And we are in shock because we have a feeling that maybe our Chief Minister do not know about the background and the history of this entire pension matter case. He has not been fed in a proper way. He has not been misled. Otherwise, our respectable Honorable Chief Minister, who being very intelligent, would not have come out and make that announcement. So we totally condemned it. Condemned for the offensive action. Offensive action more so committed by the state government. Now we also have, we gathered and we feel deceived. We feel betrayed because, as I said, we previously agreed to transfer our accumulated CPF to a centralized pension fund. The 2023, I reiterate what the leaders of the organizations have mentioned. It was in compliance with the MPF Act of 1969. And this is the background, the premise on which this pension matter has been at the center. Now, furthermore, the 2026 scheme is detrimental to the interest and well-being of the petitioners. Now, more so, especially to the retired teachers, as it has been spoken and been shared, that it is an annuity model. What are we as retired teachers to do with that model? That is a question. What are we to do? Because this scheme, it is applicable to the new entrants and not for people who have already served for years together. Now, where do we stand? Will this delay carry on? Will the government play its game to a point where we feel traumatized? The escalating cost is hitting us. How do we face? And I remember an article that came in a local newspaper. Holding on for survival. For how long? It is my money. It is our money. Why are we not being given that 50%? This is again inhuman on the part of the government. So, members of the press, esteemed members,